Hi, my name is Penny Page. I'm a driver instructor here at Union Public Schools, and I'm going to be demonstrating the pre-trip of the Modernized pre-trip. And I'm going to start with the bus doors. Door opens and closes properly from the outside. I'm check the rubber stripping, make sure it's secure to the bus and it's not torn or frayed in any kind of way. The glass is clean, not cracked, broken, or missing. The loading lights here and outside are secure to the bus and not damaged. The steps are secure to the bus. There's no loose or worn tread. The handrails are secure to the bus, not cracked, damaged, or bent, and no sharp edges. Now I'm going to do a pre-trip of my driver area. I'm going to check my seat belt, make sure it's secure to the bus here, and properly latches here. And it did. Now I'm going to check my windshield, make sure it's secure to the bus, not damaged, cracked, broke, or missing. There's no illegal stickers or anything obstructing my view. I'm looking at the windshield wipers. They are secure to the bus, laying flat against the windshield, and I can see that they're not excessively worn. I want to check my mirrors, all my mirrors, including my student mirror and my crossover mirrors. Make sure they're secure to the bus, not cracked, damaged, or missing, and they are properly adjusted for my use. The mirrors and brackets are all securely mounted with no missing nuts or bolts. Now I'm going to do a safe start. I'm going to turn the key on. I'll make sure the ABS light and the DEF light comes on and goes off properly. The bus is in neutral and the parking brake is set. And I'm going to start the bus. My door closes from the inside securely with the tight seal. I'm going to turn on my headlights and my master flash. Now I'm going to do an air brake check. First thing I'm going to do for the air brake check is I'm going to make sure the bus is in neutral. I have at least 120 psi in my air tanks, and I'm going to release the parking brake and make sure the bus is not rolled. Now I'm going to check for leaks. I'm going to shut the engine off, turn the key back on. I'm going to hold the service brake down for 1 minute. And for 1 minute after initial drop, I should not lose more than 3 psi starting now. Okay, it's been 1 minute. I have not lost more than 3 psi. Now I'm going to empty my air tanks. To do that, I'm going to fan my brakes. When the needle gets to 60, the low air warning light and alarm should come on. And there it is. When it gets between 30 and 40 psi, the parking brake should pop out. There it is. Now I'm going to start the bus and refill my tank. I'm going to rev the engine to 1500 RPM. And at 60, the low air warning light and alarm should go off. Okay, there it is. I'm going to continue at 1500 RPM until I reach 110 PSI. Okay, I'm at 110, reduce to normal idle, and listen for the governor to shut the compressor off. And there it is. Now I'm going to check the parking brake, make sure it holds. I'm going to put my bus in drive, and I'm going to leave the parking brake set. I'm going to rev the engine to 1000 RPM and make sure the parking brake holds. And it holds. Now I'm going to check the service brake. I'm going to release the parking brake, bus already in drive. I'm going to pull forward to about 5 miles per hour. Step on the service brake. Make sure the wheel doesn't move left or right. And that concludes the brake check. This bus runs on circuit breaker, so we don't have to have any extra fuses. I'm going to check my emergency equipment compartment. My body fluid cleanup kit and first aid kit are secured to the bus and properly stocked. The seal has not been broken, which would indicate missing items. The fire extinguisher is secured to the bus. The gauge is in green, which means it's properly charged. The pin is properly inserted, and it has a recent inspection sticker. I'm check my emergency triangles here. Make sure that it's secured to the bus, properly stocked with 3 working triangles. I'm going to check the flooring, make sure that the flooring is secure to the bus and there's no loose or worn treads and no trip hazards. As I come back to the back, I'm going to check my emergency exits. I have 5, 2 on each side, 1 in the back. They are secure, not damaged, and closes securely from the inside. Properly labeled with the instructions on how to open. I have 2 roof hatches, 1 here, 1 in the back. It's secure to the bus, close it securely. I'm going to make sure that it's properly labeled and the instructions on how to open are here. I'm going to check 1 emergency exit, which is the emergency exit door, which is properly labeled here and here with the instructions on how to open. And I'm going to open the door and make sure the alarm sounds. Open the door to the lock position. The alarm sounded. I'm going to close the door and the alarm goes off. On the way back up, I'm checking my seats. The seats are secured to the frame, which are secured to the floor. I don't have any loose seats, and there's no cushion or metal exposed on the seats. Now I'm going to check my heaters. Over here we have the rear heater on low and high, the mid heater on low and high, defrost on low and high, and the floor heater on low and high, and they all work. I'm going to check my windshield wipers, make sure they work on low and high, and I'm going to make sure that the washers work as well, and they do. I'm going up here, I'm going to check the dome lights, the passenger dome lights, they work. The driver dome light is working, and the heated mirror, the light indicates that it's working. Drop down to my steering wheel, make sure I don't have more than 2 inches of play in a 20-inch wheel, and I'm going to make sure the horn works. I'm also going to check my backup camera and my student cameras and make sure they are securely mounted and working properly. I'm going to check my panel lights. I'm going to do a left turn signal, a right turn signal, hazards, and I'm going to do high beam and low beam, which I can see in my crossover mirrors. Now I'm going to do an external light check. I'm going to start at the front of the bus. My clearance lights are already on when I turn on the headlights. I'm going to check my amber warning lights here and here. I can also see them in my crossover mirrors. My red loading lights here and here, also in the mirrors. I'm going to do a left turn signal, right turn signal, hazards, and then I'm going to do a high beam and a low beam, and I can see them all in my mirrors. I'm going to come to the left side. Clearance lights are already on. I'm going to do a left turn signal, check my hazards and my stop arms and make sure they're working properly, and I can see them here and here. And go to the back of the bus. Clearance lights are already on. I'm going to do amber warning lights here and here. Red loading lights here and here. Left turn signal. Right turn signal. Hazards. And I'm going to check my brake lights. And I'm going to have the examiner check my tag light as well. Come to the right side. We're going to check the clearance lights that's already on, the right turn signal, the hazards, and then I'm going to open the door and check the loading lights inside and out. And that concludes the inside pre-trip of the bus. Shut it down, turn the key back to the right, and go back here and push the No Child Left Behind button. Hold it for 3 seconds and hear it catch up there, and we are done. Now we're going to do outside pre-trip, starting at the front. The first thing I want to do is check and make sure that my bus is level on all sides, and it is. I'm going to check my clearance lights. They yellow in the front, red in the back. Amber warning lights, red loading lights. Our windshield, all 4 mirrors. Our turn signals / hazards, and our headlights. All clean, the proper color, not cracked, broken, missing, or damaged. Back to our windshield wiper brackets. They secure to the bus, not excessively worn, and laying flat against the windshield. Our mirrors and brackets are secured to the bus, not missing any nuts, bolts, or screws. On the side of the bus, we have our clearance lights, our windows, our turn signals / hazards, and our reflectors. All clean, the proper color, not cracked, broken, or missing. Go back to our windows. Our emergency exit windows are properly labeled and outlined in reflective tape. And check our diesel fuel door. Make sure the door opens and closes properly. The cap is on tight and has a tight seal, and there's no leaks. If there was leaks, I would see any puddles on the ground. Over here is our leaf springs and mounts. They are secured to the bus, not damaged, not shifted, not cracked in any kind of way. Our shock absorber is secured to the bus, not damaged or leaking. Our brake lines and hoses are secured to the bus, not cracked, damaged, or leaking. All our couplings and fittings are secure. If I could see my brakes, I would make sure that they were not excessively worn. The tire is 4/32 inch tread and evenly worn. I would check the tread depth with the tread depth gauge. The sidewall of the tire has no bulges or bumps or cuts. The rim is secure, not damaged, and doesn't have any cracks or illegal welds. The nuts and bolts are not elongated. The lug nuts are secured to the bus and not missing, and no signs of rust or shiny treads, which would indicate looseness. My valve stem here is secured to the bus, not damaged or leaking, has a cap on it. Here I would check with the tire pressure gauge and make sure I had at least 110 PSI. My rotors are secured to the bus, not damaged or grooved, and doesn't have any debris on it like grease or oil. My mud flap is secured to the bus, not touching the tire or the ground. My battery door. The battery door opens and closes properly. The batteries are secured to the bus, not shifted or damaged in any kind of way. The connections doesn't show any signs of corrosions, and the wiring is all secure, not cracked or damaged. The rear of the bus. The clearance lights are red in back, amber warning lights, red loading lights. My window, turn signal / hazard, my brake lights, reverse lights, tail lights, tag light, and reflectors. Are secured to the bus, the proper color, not cracked, damaged, or missing. My emergency exit window is properly labeled with instructions and outlined in reflective tape. Come here to my coolant reservoir. It's secured to the bus, not damaged. Over here is my sight gauges. This is where I would check to see if I needed coolant. If I need coolant, I will add it up here. This is my oil dipstick. To check it, I would take it out, wipe it off, reinsert it, take it out again. If I need to add any oil, I will add it right here. This is my transmission fluid. I would check it the same way. Pull the dipstick out, put it back in, take it out. If I need to add, I will add it right here. But I have to check it with the engine running. This is my power steering reservoir. It's secured to the bus, not damaged, not leaking. If I had to add any, I would add it right here according to the levels that's marked on the tank itself. I'm going to check my hoses. I'm going to make sure they're secure, not cracked, damaged, or leaking, and make sure all the couplings and fittings are secure. I don't have any leaks or puddles underneath the bus. Now I'm going to check my frame. This is my frame. I want to make sure my frame is secure to the bus, not damaged, not bent, and doesn't have any illegal welds on it. Check my stop arm. Make sure it's secure to the bus, the glass is clean, the proper color, not cracked, broken, or missing, and I don't have any bare or loose wires. My depth tank door opens and closes properly. The cap is on tight. There's no leaks from the cap or from the hoses, and if it was, I can see it on the ground. Emergency exit door, properly labeled with reflective tape around it and the instructions on how to open. Another stop arm here, secure, not damaged, glass is clean, proper color, not cracked, broken, or missing. Here is my steering linkage. My steering gearbox is secure to the bus, not cracked, damaged, or leaking. No leaks from the hoses. The links, arms, and rods are secure to the bus, not damaged and not missing any nuts, bolts, or cotter pins. And the sockets and joints are not damaged, worn, or loose. And that concludes the outside pre-trip. Thank you so much for watching the modernized pre-trip of a school bus. Hopefully that will help somebody out to get it done easier. You have 40 minutes, so hopefully that'll help cut down on time. And we look forward to seeing you and helping you learn and grow. Thank you.